Today's Adobe Flash platform is a widely encompassing environment for creating not only rich interactive content, but actually rich interactive applications that support both core business processes in companies and also consumer-based activities as we do commerce over the internet and provide other application functions where you're interacting with databases on the back end and logic. We first thought of Flash for many years as animated content. In fact, people talked about Flash not as a technology, but as kind of content type. And people said, oh, look, there's some Flash content in my website. And in fact, much of the early days of Flash, it was used to build animated content on the web, which was very breakthrough at the time. But what we've done is we've evolved Flash to be something much more powerful, much more encompassing over the last several years. Approximately 5 years ago, we introduced this new technology called Flex, which leveraged the Flash player, which is the runtime engine that underlies this cool animated content. And we increased the capabilities of the Flash player, so not only could it play animated content, but it could actually run interactive applications that could interact with data and could do that right from your desktop environment. And so with that, we also introduced a rich programming framework that was designed for actual core software developers so that they could then start to programmatically leverage the great capabilities that were available within Flash. Now, along with that, we continued to evolve the design and animation capabilities of Flash for the creative professional. So the creative professional has a much more powerful, all-encompassing ability now to create not only rich animated content, but also interactions and interactive applications. And then what we're doing now is we're bringing the designer and the developer worlds together by creating an environment where there's actually integrated tooling, integrated workflow, and very importantly, a common framework that underlies those, called the Open Source Flex Framework, that allows them now to work collectively together to bring these great applications to market that run and leverage the Flash environment. Does this simplify things to the level that it requires less work? And the answer to that is yes. However, what that instead does is it makes this technology attractive and available to a wider audience. And so today, although there are well over 1 million people creating Flash content, there are not well over 1 million people who are building highly integrated application interfaces. And so with the introduction of this new tooling and this integrated workflow, this is going to become very, very widely used not only in outside the firewall in the commercial internet, but behind the firewall in core business applications that run companies all over the world, exposing this technology to millions of developers and designers who can now take advantage of these rich capabilities and really change the whole internet experience that we live in today. So not just changing the content experience, but changing the way we interact with that content, the way we interact with applications from not only the marquee big internet-based companies, but also in people's day-to-day business operations where they sit at a desk and they're using a terminal to get basic work processes in place, and they're thinking, why isn't this experience like what I experience in my consumer life, where I see these great rich experiences, these Web 2.0-like experiences? Well, all of this allows people to take that and bring it in behind the firewall so they can use it in their day-to-day applications, making business users more productive and generally happier with the applications they use.